Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Muhammad Khalil's lawyers are back in court today as the judge that rightfully, legally, constitutionally, lawfully, and overall constitutionally blocked Donald Trump's racist, billionaire, N-word ass from illegally deporting him, are back in court today as the judge overseeing his case is weighing whether to have him deported or not. What all does the legal breaking reporting detail? Well, let's just find that out in today's video. The article is by NBC News. The article is titled Muhammad Khalil's lawyers back in court as judge weighs whether to move the case to Louisiana.
Columbia University graduate and pro-Palestinian activist who is facing possible deportation appeared in federal court today. The case centers around Mahmoud Khalil, who is from Syria and is a permanent U.S. resident with a green card, according to his lawyer. Khalil was arrested earlier this month and is currently being held in a Louisiana detention center. Today, his attorneys and the government delivered oral arguments before a judge. NBC News correspondent Antonia Hilton is outside the courthouse in Newark, New Jersey for us. Antonia, what was the outcome of today's hearing? And remind us, what exactly are the allegations against Khalil?
Well, Kate, the outcome is that we're waiting for a ruling from the judge here in New Jersey. Each side laid out their arguments. Khalil's team, they are arguing that he needs to be immediately released from federal detention. He's still in that detention center in Louisiana. And then the Trump administration, their lawyers are arguing that not only should he stay behind bars and be set for deportation, but that this case should be moved from New Jersey, where I am right now, right in front of the courthouse, all the way to Louisiana. And experts tell me that they believe that's because the Trump administration believes the courts and the case law down there will be more favorable to them. The government alleges that Khalil's activism on Columbia's campus undermines or threatens U.S. foreign policy. That's a similar argument to what we've seen made, for example, in cases like Rumeysa Ozturk's, the Tufts student who was apprehended by ICE on Tuesday. And DHS said that in her case, she engaged in activities supporting Hamas. And so these are the kinds of lines of argument that the government has built. But there were hundreds of protesters here pushing back against that and arguing that people here on visas or permanent legal residence, which is what Khalil is, that they have full free speech rights, First Amendment rights here in the U.S., Kate.
And Antonia, I know you spoke with some of those protesters. What did they say about why they showed up to court today?
Well, people had their various reasons for being there. Some were longtime activists who've been part of the campus movement in various schools in the Northeast who decided to come out here to Newark today. And then others were newer to this. And many people were sort of talking about how this has become a kind of new line in the sand for some people. Just seeing, for example, the images of Ozturk taken by ICE days ago, that it's led them to a point where maybe even if they don't agree with them on foreign policy, they're concerned about free speech rights. Take a listen to my conversation with one longtime activist.
His case, to me and I think to all Americans, should represent the fight for our civil liberties right now. The Trump administration is clearly trying to strip us of our right to free speech. So this is something that should touch everyone who cares about that right.
And Khalil's lawyers, in fact, have been making that same argument and warning people. They believe that if the Trump administration is able to do this in Khalil's case, that soon it could move on to other issues. They could argue that visa holders who, say, speak up about abortion rights or about racial justice, that they could face a similar fate, Kate.
All right, Antonia Hilton for us. Thank you, Antonia.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's video. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and enjoy. If you never want to miss a brand new legal breaking update, please subscribe to me down below on my social medias, Instagram, Snapchat, Threads. And hit the bell icon that is right next to the subscribe button down below on the right hand side. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, please help me reach the channel goal of 150 subscribers plus. I'm saying 150 subscribers plus because right after we reach the goal of 150 subscribers, we have more subscribers to reach after we reach the goal of 150 subscribers. Until my next reporting, ladies and gentlemen, please know that justice will prevail despite Donald Trump's and his administration's illegal and unconstitutional actions.